Hey guys, what's up? This is Deadpoolzilla here with new thoughts on what could be turned into an animated series. Now, I asked the Mount Vernon kid this question, and we're going to start with DC, and I asked him this question. For the DC side, he said Captain Marvel. I agree with him. You know, Captain Marvel is a perfect hero, for an animated series. People look up to him. He's a very interesting character. Very powerful too. I mean, the dude can knock out Superman. So, yeah, definitely, most definitely, I'd love to see a Captain Marvel animated series. I don't want to see him in guest appearances anymore. I want to see him get his own animated series because he is a very interesting character. I'd love to. He is probably one of the few DC characters, because I'm tired of all the Batman shows coming out. These are all, as you can tell, these are all not going to be Batman shows. These are all going to be different DC characters. And, yeah, Captain Marvel, most definitely. Alright, the next one is a guy who already had a show, but I certainly believe he needs a new one. And, that is, of course, Superman. Superman needs a new show. Yeah. He already had one animated series in the 90s, but you know what? If Batman can have the Batman, Brave and the Bold, and I'm not knocking these shows, I loved them. But there's been a lot of I want to see something else out of Batman, instead of Batman coming out of DC. And, with Jeff Johns calling the shots for DC entertainment stuff, I can definitely see a new Superman series. Yeah, I'd love to watch a new Superman animated series, and I'd love to see his original voice actor come back. That'd be awesome. Alright, next up is the Green Lantern. This guy sure as hell needs an animated series, and it needs to be Hal Jordan. It needs to be Hal Jordan, because I'm not knocking Jon Stewart at all. I love Jon Stewart, but Hal Jordan needs some limelight, because people don't really know much about Hal outside of it, because most people I talk to mostly think it's Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern. When I'm trying to mention Hal Jordan, they're like, huh? So yeah, do an animated series around Green Lantern and Hal Jordan. And again, I can see this happening with Jeff Johns in charge at the DC Entertainment stuff, so yeah, definitely. Alright, next up is The Flash. Alright, first off, needs to be Barry Allen. I want to see a Barry Allen animated series. I know Wally's important, but have him in there as the sidekick of Kid Flash. Have him in there as Kid Flash. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see a Wally West show because it started with Jay officially, but I think we can start off with Barry and have mentions of Jay Garrick. So yeah, definitely, this is a guy who Barry Allen definitely needs an animated series now that he's reborn. And again, this seems very possible. Moving on, we have the JSA. I love these guys. I've now become a Justice Society of America fan. I'd love to see this show happen. You can have Captain Marvel in there if he doesn't get an animated series. Put him in there. But yeah, they've now getting so much spotlight now that they are in Brave and the Bold, and they are in Smallville in a live-action episode. So, oh yeah, definitely, I'd love to see an animated series of the JSA. I mean, those guys are not many of them are popular, and I think this would be a cool way to bring them in to give some popularity to them. Alright, now we're going to move on to the darker stuff, starting with Nightwing. Nightwing, definitely. I'd love to see an animated series based around Nightwing. But I'd want it to be a little more darker, not for little kids, more for teenagers. All the Captain Marvel through JSA stuff, that was all for could be kid shows. But this, Nightwing and the following shows definitely have to be darker. This could follow him around in Nightwing's time in Bloodhaven. That'd be cool. I'd love to see that. It would have to be very, very dark, almost like anime, but not. Anyway, now we're going to move on to a character that definitely needs a show, a darker series, the Spectre. First off, I want to see this kind of animation. If they ever do a Spectre animated series, this is the kind of like the animation you're seeing here that was in his movie. I mean, his little short movie in the Crisis of Two Earths animated movie that was featured in there. I want to see that kind of animation. It fit the Spectre pretty well. And I don't want to see Hal Jordan. I want to see Jim Corrigan. That's Spectre. And yes, this show would have to be very, very dark. I mean, yeah, he's in Brave and the Bold, but... I think he pretty much killed a person in the last episode by turning him into cheese. I thought that was interesting. Because I don't know how they got away with that, because they more or less killed him. But, you know, definitely Spectre should get his own animated series. And use this animation. Have Mark Hamill do the voice. Now it's, moving on to Birds of Prey. Yeah, I'd love to see okay, yeah, they had a live-action series, but let's face it, wasn't that good. I tried to watch it, I just couldn't stand it, you know? Whatever. But yeah, a darker series based around Birds of Prey. Make it have it animated, and, you know, not for little kids. I want to see hunters kill people. These characters you could definitely do a series on these. The show has perfect plot and all that. But now moving on to my last one, and it's Gotham Central. Yeah, I'd love to see, like, it'd have to be. I love the Law and Order feel to it, and definitely have it based around having Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock as the main characters. Have them be the main stars of the show. I'd love to see the guy who did the voice in the Batman animated series. Those two guys who did Harvey and Jim, Bullock and Gordon in there, come back and do the voices. But yeah, definitely an animated series. It'd have to be dark because, you know, it is a kind of a dark comic. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Tell me what you guys think, and what characters do you think could use an animated series. Alright, this is Dimplezilla, and I'm out.